with humility. And I wear this jacket as a sign of respect to you, to your ancestors, to everybody who lived in this state before you. And because I do that, I walk away from Meghalaya with wisdom, with understanding, and with affection. The BJP is attacking all our states. Whether it is Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Meghalaya, Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana, every single state is being attacked by the RSS. And one idea is being imposed on all these states. And that is, for us, something that we will resist and we will not accept. Of course, you also know the history of the TMC. You know the violence that takes place in Bengal. You know the scams, the Sharda scams that have taken place. So you're aware of their tradition. They came to Goa, spent huge amounts of money in Goa, and the idea was to help the BJP. And this is exactly the idea in Meghalaya. The idea is to ensure, the TMC's idea in Meghalaya is to ensure that the BJP is strengthened and they come to power. With regards to governance in the state, you're aware of what has been happening. You've been seeing the corruption that is taking place. Today we were having a conversation in the car about the dome of the assembly, and the leaders were telling me that, look, they were building the dome of the assembly and the dome of the assembly collapsed. And I asked them jokingly a question. I said, but did it collapse by mistake, or did they collapse it purposely so they could rebuild it? And they laughed and said, oh, we never thought about that. Maybe they collapsed it on purpose so they could rebuild it and spend some more money rebuilding the dome. The same thing happened during COVID. So when the state required support, protection, the government was busy stealing money that was owed to the people of Meghalaya, to the people who died as a result of COVID. Then there was the rice scam, where almost 1 lakh bags of rice that were meant for the PDS of Meghalaya were found in Assam. And of course, the illegal coal scam, where over 13 lakh metric tons of coal has been mined illegally, and 650 crores have been taken away from you. Speaking again about the BJP, you know the communal polarization that they create. You know about the anti-conversion bill in Karnataka. You see on television the mobbing lynchings that take place. You understand exactly what they're trying to do. You must have heard a few days ago, I made a speech in Parliament and I asked the Prime Minister some direct questions. I asked the Prime Minister about his relationship with Mr. Adani. We're talking about corruption in Meghalaya. So I'd like to also mention corruption at the center, which is at a scale that has probably never been seen ever in Indian history before. One businessman close friend of the Prime Minister, goes from being the 609th richest man in the world to the second richest man in the world. Matter of years. He owns the ports, the airports, he does construction, he dominates the defense industry, he dominates the apple trade in Himachal Pradesh. Every single business is open to him, he has access to it. Why? Because he is close to the Prime Minister. And I asked this question to the Prime Minister. I stated all the facts. I showed how, without having any experience in the airport business, Mr. Adani gets the most profitable airports in the country. He gets Bombay Airport, which is the most valuable airport in the country. And he gets it after the people running the Bombay Airport are pressurized with the CBI and with the ED. He controls the defense relationship with Israel. Whenever the Prime Minister goes abroad, Mr. Adani gets a gift. Prime Minister goes to Bangladesh, Mr. Adani gets a gift. Prime Minister goes to Australia, Mr. Adani gets a gift. Prime Minister goes to Sri Lanka, Mr. Adani gets a gift. In fact, in Sri Lanka, a gentleman who was involved clearly stated that the President of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajapaksa, told him that the contract has to be given to Mr. Adani because Mr. Modi has told him to do so. So I asked these questions and I said, this is the proof. Airports, ports, coal, power, defense. Here is the proof. What is your relationship with Mr. Adani? And I also showed a picture when Mr. Adani and Mr. Modi are sitting in Mr. Adani's aircraft and Mr. Modi is relaxing as if it's his own home. And I asked the question, what is your relationship with this man? You should tell the people of this country what exactly is the relationship between Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Adani. Mr. Modi did not answer a single question. In fact, he asked me a question and he said, why is my name Gandhi and not Nehru? He avoided the entire discussion and he didn't answer a single question. Now, I gave the speech in Parliament and then you notice that Mr. Modi is all over television while he gives his speech. But my speech is nowhere to be seen. It's not visible in the media, not heard about in the newspapers, not seen on the channels. And the reason is that the media of this country is completely controlled by 2 or 3 large industrialists who have a relationship with the Prime Minister. So we can't even express ourselves in the media anymore. And that was one of the reasons we decided to do the Bharat Jodo Yatra, where we listened to the people of this country and we expressed what this country is going through, what this country is feeling. The biggest questions that arose, and there were 2 central questions. The first question that arose was the large-scale unemployment that is taking place in this country. And I'm aware that it is the same issue in Meghalaya, that you have huge amounts of unemployment. And the second issue was the rising prices.